Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
This is so fake. It's so dramatic.
The help they've given Kyle is not fake.
You're mad because you don't control the agenda.
It seems like you say that to a lot of moms.
The ones that enable their sons hear that a lot. What's been your history with drug and alcohol?
I have a marijuana license. I just gave him a little one time.
I am not sending this young man home to a toxic environment. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If it matters to you, that's what I want to talk about. Are we ready in the booth? Let's do it.
My son, Kyle, is 16, and he's at a rehab facility called Hazel Street Recovery Center. Kyle started to do drugs. We found out he was smoking marijuana.
My usual day was wake up in the morning, smoke a bowl in the bathroom, and then go to school, maybe smoke more. School's so boring, why not just, smoke a bowl?
Grades went down, and he eventually got kicked out of the water polo and swim team.
From A- and B's to F's, particularly in the last year, it's been horrendous, been awful. He's been expelled from school, he's been suspended from school.
When he was expelled, I looked at his phone and saw that there was a lot of dealing going on his phone. Pot references, Orange Crush, Purple Kush. He was also doing raves and ecstasy.
He used Xanax, alcohol. One night, two of his friends brought him home. He couldn't even stand up. He was intoxicated. I knew he had a problem.
My dog went under Kyle's bed, and I heard this clink. I found 2 empty beer bottles under there.
I stole my alcohol from stores. I would just go in there and slide under my jacket or something and walk out.
He stole a car. He stole a golf cart. He went in and out of his window. He just is on his own plan. It's like he doesn't respond to authority.
He and his friend were walking home from school, and there was a construction site, and there was a huge water truck. Kyle gets into the truck and starts driving around the construction site.
We'd smoke in the truck. We thought it'd be a fun idea if we just drove it around, and we drove it around and crashed into a fence on purpose because I was high, and I thought it was funny.
The police called and said, they have Kyle, and we need to come get him. I told them, leave him there for a while. Let him just get a taste of it. His attitude was no big deal.
Kyle used to steal money all the time.
He's stolen money from me. He's stolen watches.
We had to finally resort to a bolt lock to our bedroom door.
I've stolen a lot of money from my parents over and over again.
Kyle is defiant with me. You tell him, I need you to do your homework, and he says, I'm not going to do it. There's nothing you can do, to the point where he'll get in a rage. Kyle's attacked me a couple of times. He tried to hit me and kick me. He just gets so frustrated and he gets so angry that he just lashes out.
I don't know, I just get angry.
No matter what you say, it's no.
You told him he couldn't go out. He'd cut the screen and go out of his window.
I snuck out a lot when I wanted to go to a party or something, and I just wouldn't even ask my parents. I would just go. Because, I figured if they're going to tell me no, then they'll be mad, or if I just don't tell them.
These are all things that tell you your kid needs help.
I reached out to Dr. Phil for several reasons. One, I knew we didn't have the skill set to handle what was going on. What we were doing was not working. The actual day of taking Kyle to Hazel Street, the transport company came to the house. At 4:30 in the morning, I was up waiting for him. They walked him into Kyle's room, turned on the light. Kyle kind of woke, like, what's going on? And I left.
I didn't know what was going on. They just pulled me out of my bed. I was like, what are you doing? I was pretty mad and disturbed, and I didn't get to say bye to my parents. I didn't say bye to my dog or anything. It was pretty scary at the moment. I saw my stepdad come in and wake me up, and then they came in, so it was their choice, and it was going on. I had no control over it.
I knew in my heart that that was the only way he was going to go.
It's kind of like an intervention. If you think your kids are in peril, you only have that time to work with where you're in control.
I'm amazed at how quiet and how low-key they were. And I timed it. They got Kyle dressed and had him in that car in 9 minutes. So they were very, very good. And then they called me and told me that he was safe at Hazel Street.
Kyle says that he really wants to come home, and he's been there long enough. I worry very much that when Kyle comes home, he's going to get hooked up with his bad kids again. I worry that he's going to fall into the same routine that he was in.
There's nothing sinister about it. He'll tell us, hey, you know, you're going to see Kyle. Okay?
Okay to everything. This is so fake.
There's nothing.
It's so fake. It's so dramatic. It's so fake. It's so for show. It's just like, you know what? Seriously.
You said this needs to be positive, Kel.
I can't. I'm not even myself right now. Okay? So I'm so positive. I'm so sickeningly positive right now. Okay? Are you happy? Are you happy? I might as well be a mannequin right here. Okay?
Kelly, the help they've given Kyle is not fake. You understand? I mean, they've done a...
Please stop talking to me, please.
Knock, knock.
Hey!
What you say, man?
Good second.
How you doing? Kelly, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
Same old, same old.
Yeah? Yeah, me too.
Just trying to make a go of it.
Yeah. Do you have a problem being here and doing this? Because, listen, we can scrub this. I was just in the control room getting cards and stuff, getting ready to come in, and I'm listening to you say this is all just a bunch of drama for the show and all of this. That's insulting to me, and I'm not going to listen to that. And if you don't want to be here, then don't be here. You guys called me. I didn't call you, and I'm not going to put up with that crap. If you want to do what you want to do with Kyle, then do what you want to do with Kyle. But don't come in here and insult me, insult my staff, insult my show, and make threats and demands against me. I have been busting my butt to help your son. We've done everything we can to help him. We've been over backwards to do it, and are continuing to do it, and have flown him here today, flown his counselor here today, have him in a treatment. This is you and me talking about this young man struggling for his life. You wanted to talk to Kyle first? Why?
To tell him that our relationship is more important than the show, and that whatever the outcome is of the show is that, you know, that I love him.
Well, of course that's true. I mean, my relationship with him is more important than the show, and I haven't even met him.
I just wanted to tell Kyle something before the show. That's all I wanted to do.
That's not what you want to do. You wanted to control and manipulate the situation, which is how you've gotten in this predicament already.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Sorry, I feel what way?
The way that you're feeling.
Do you disagree?
Yeah.
It's up to us to accept the help, Kel. If we want help, then accept it. If you don't, then as Dr. Phil says, it's all over with. Other people see what we go through. There's hundreds of people. We've watched the show 100 times, and we've learned from it.
I agree with that.
Let me tell you, to me, I have one interest here, and that's Kyle.
Yes.
But this is becoming about you. You know, you say, oh, this is drama. You're creating the drama. Nobody else is creating the drama. You're creating the drama. You're pouting, you're pissed off, and you want to get your way. So instead of us talking about Kyle and how we move him to the next level, how we solidify the progress that he's made, how we help this young man get some traction and direction to continue the hard work that he's been doing, we're talking about you being mad because you don't control the schedule and the agenda.
That's interesting.
What's interesting about that?
It seems like you say that to a lot of moms.
The ones that enable their sons hear that a lot. But I tell you what, you want to control the agenda to get happy? Let's run your agenda. What would you like to do? Would you like to talk with Kyle? Let's bring Kyle in. We'll let you talk with Kyle. We're going to run your agenda today instead of mine. And, you know, maybe that'll work out fine. So we'll have Kyle come in. Hey, Kyle.
How are you?
Phil McGraw, how you doing, buddy?
Nice to meet you.
Good-looking young man.
Hello.
Hey, pal.
Sir.
How are you,
Oh,
bud?
this guy.
You doing all right?
Yes.
Good man.
Your mother wanted to talk to you before she wanted to talk to me, so
I
what'd
just
you want to
wanted
say?
to, that's all I wanted to do.
Okay. Anything else?
That was it.
Okay, you good then? Mm-hmm. Okay, will you excuse us for a few minutes, then we'll bring you back in, because I want to talk to them for a couple of minutes about some parent issues, and then we're going to talk to you. But she wanted to see you, so I thought we'd let you come out and say hello to everybody. We'll have you back in here in just a very few minutes, okay?
Okey-doke.
All right, good. I'm good to meet you finally.
Nice meeting you.
I appreciate that. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay, what would you like to do now?
That was all I really wanted to do. Thank you for satisfying my need for love and affection.
Did you say what you needed to say?
I just wanted to do that.
Well, I thought you were going to tell him that your relationship is more important than this show, and I don't think you told him that.
I told him with a hug and with... That's it.
So, what do y'all want to do now? What's been your history with drug and alcohol?
I have a history.
Do you use now?
I have a marijuana license, but I didn't renew it.
Did you ever smoke it with him?
I just gave him a little one time.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
She didn't notice that her baby wasn't breathing.
After losing her son,
It's my fault. They couldn't protect him.
drugs numb the pain.
They didn't want to feel anything.
Are you an addict?
Yes.
But there are questions
Were you taking any drugs when you lost your son?
her family didn't ask.
You don't want to know, do you?
No, I don't.
Don't you think you should?
That's tomorrow. We now return to Can This Family Be Saved? An intervention.
So, what do y'all want to do now? We're off my agenda because I would not have done this. I think it's wrong, but we've done it. So we're now on your track. What questions do you have for me? What can I answer for you?
Dr. Phil, I apologize. I don't know what to say other than the fact that I'm truly sorry that, that this happened. I really thought that things were going to be positive with Kelly and that she would understand, but she has her own agenda. Kyle has improved dramatically. In the family sessions that we had with him, he has really done a remarkable job. He's done his part in this deal, and obviously, as you told us a long time ago, this is a marathon, not a sprint, and we have as much work to do as Kyle does. We've reached out to you for help, and I'm sitting here telling you I need help to at least be able to deal with the situation with both Kelly and Kyle.
Whether you guys work with me or whether you don't is up to you. If there aren't major changes made, whether you make them with my help and all the resources I make available to you, or you go find some others on your own, you don't make some major changes, this young man's life is in danger. It just is.
Absolutely.
Do you two believe that you personally and as a couple and as a family are ready for him to come home?
No.
Yes and no. I don't think that we're in the right neighborhood to bring him back. I don't think we have the right school for him to come home to.
What do you think have been the major influences that have gotten him here?
Well, we definitely moved to the wrong neighborhood.
Why is the neighborhood so bad? I've driven through y'all's neighborhood. I didn't hear any gunshots. I didn't see any gangs and lowriders coming by. It looked like a beautiful place to be to me.
It is. There's no question that the environment at home has been a contributor. It's been unstable. It's been volatile. It's been inconsistent. I think you could put us in the best neighborhood in America. It's not going to change what happens inside as a family.
What do you think has happened inside that has contributed?
Well, we fight a lot. As Tony's more apt to follow the discipline that is set up, I cave. If we set up a discipline plan or whatever, Kyle will get out of it with me.
Look, if you guys fuss and fight, that has an impact on this young man.
Mm-hmm.
If he knows that there are no boundaries, there are no consequences, there are no requirements that he's going to be held to, Why would he ever respect anything that you have to say? Because he knows it's just nothing. Kids need to know that they have unconditional love, but very conditional privileges. They need to know you love them no matter what, but they need to know if they do an F level of performance, they get an F lifestyle.
I get all that now. Before I didn't really get that because when I grew up I didn't have that. I was from a divorced family and I had 3 housekeepers growing up. I got everything I wanted. Got boyfriends with my mom. I got a car with my dad. You know, no matter what my grades were. I didn't have those kind of consequences. My brother missed 4 months of school before my dad even realized that he was not in school.
How did that work? How did that work for you? How did it turn out?
It didn't turn out that good.
What's been your history with drug and alcohol?
I have a history.
Do you use now?
I have a marijuana license, but I didn't renew it.
So you had a prescription for marijuana?
I have high anxiety.
So your prescription, it chills you out. Did you ever smoke it with him?
He got sick one time, and I gave him a little bit because he was very sick. He was very sick.
He's seen you smoking.
He knew that I had it. He broke into my room and he stole some from me. When I went through this depression, I just finally gave up. He's stealing it from me anyway, so I just gave him a little one time. Which is terrible. I know it's terrible, but...
Do you still smoke daily now?
I had a little bit left, but I don't really... I mean, I've stopped.
Was that a yes? You've been smoking it every day, but now you're kind of running out. You're not going to renew it? Mm-hmm. Do y'all think you're ready for him to come home? I know you want him to come home. What I'm saying is your relationship, is the environment, is the home, is the plan ready for him to come home?
In my opinion, definitely not.
I'm terrified of Kyle. When I found out Kyle was doing ecstasy, I was terrified because I had no idea that he was going out and partying and going to raves. I thought I could handle anything. I thought I was ahead of the game. I thought I was smarter than him. I thought that I knew everything about partying. And, you know, I'm afraid. But maybe I'm selfish that I want him to come home and go to regular school. I know that I don't want him to stay at Hazel Street. I think that he's got everything he can get out of Hazel Street.
Well, we'll talk to them today and find out if he has or he hasn't. I can't keep him there. It will be your decision. You can take him out yesterday, take him out today, you can take him out tomorrow.
I understand that.
It's totally up to you. So the question is, whose agenda is going to run? Is it going to be the parents, or is it going to be doing what's best for the child?
I've been diagnosed with so many different things. I have anxiety. I've been diagnosed with bipolar disease.
Right from day one, I knew that she had this diagnosis, and she was self-medicating. She was taking meth and smoking marijuana, and then from there, you know, she realized that she needed help.
We now return to Can This Family Be Saved? An intervention.
First month at Hazel Street, I was like, I hate my parents. Why'd they send me here? But afterwards, you know, I figured out, well, it's for my safety, you know, because you see others like alcoholics and addicts in the AA meetings or NA meetings that we go to, and their lives are like bad. They've been messed up, and for 30 years they've been going on drugs, and you know, that could have been me. I think I've done so much growing up in there, and those are all good things to have when you're an addict.
They say that kids that come out have a chance of relapse, so I have to be prepared for that too.
I've never had my child sent away to a scary place I didn't know with people I had never met to deal with a problem that was bigger than he was. I cannot imagine the anguish that causes you as a mother. I can't imagine what you say and think to yourself at 3 o'clock in the morning when you wake up and think, my baby's up in the middle of some godforsaken place by himself. That has to be the hardest thing you've ever done.
You do what you do because you love your kids.
Well, the doing's not over is what I'm telling you.
I hear what you're saying.
The doing's not over. And
But the problem is there's no guarantee. I mean, if you knew that this was going to work and it was a guarantee, it'd be so much easier.
I can guarantee you that his chances of growing up, getting an education, making his own way in this world, being happy in this life, will be greatly enhanced by sobriety. It will be destroyed by addiction. Everywhere he turns, the cards are stacked against him. We have to make sure that the environment is right. We have to make sure that you are not enabling him. We have to make sure that you're not modeling badly for him. Dr. Lawless is coming in, and I want you to meet him, because I think there are more questions than we have answers to right now, such as ADHD. If he does have neurological problems, then we need to diagnose them properly by the top experts in the country, and we need to deal with it. Meet Dr. Frank Lawless.
Hey, Tony, how you doing?
So how are you?
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. Dr. Lawless is one of, if not the foremost authority on ADD, ADHD in the world. And he has graciously agreed to do full evaluations on Kyle, neurologicals, everything that we could note, so we know what we're dealing with there. You want to do things to help with Kelly as well, right?
That's right.
Talk about what your thinking is.
Well, first of all, I think that Kyle has done amazingly well. He's smart, he gets the point, and I think that he's on a really positive note right now. And as Dr. Phil has said, you know, everybody says it has a lot to do with your relationship with him. And I think that what I would like to do is to work with you and help you find your own strength. I think that we could really be very helpful in terms of helping you develop a more stable, supportive approach, to give you some parental skills. And also, you have a pretty tough history yourself.
I've been diagnosed with so many different things. I have anxiety. I've been diagnosed with bipolar disease.
Right from day one, I knew that she had this diagnosis, and she was self-medicating. And then from there, you know, she realized that she needed help. She suffered through great bouts of depression, I mean deep depression.
I must have laid in bed for 3 months. Could have been medication changes. It could have been Kyle just getting in trouble. I would barely get up to take Kyle to and from school. Before Kyle went away to his rehab, I did shock therapy to get rid of the depression.
She had 6 of those treatments to help with her depression, which has definitely helped. She's had counseling, but we really don't have a proper diagnosis as to just exactly, you know, what form of bipolar she has.
These medications have harsh side effects. One time they put me on lithium and I couldn't use my arms. My arms just were like, they wouldn't move. I've been trying to heal myself. I read everything I can about being bipolar. I read everything I can about ADD.
Her main objective is to try to get herself balanced between hormones and the bipolar and all these various cocktails and medications that they've got her on. I think once she can deal from a point of balance and stability, it's going to make the world of difference to Kyle and the household and everything else.
I'm on Provigil. Every time I go on to my psychiatrist where they want to put me on a new meds, I've been on meds for 12 years. I've been on, you name it, I've been on it, as far as the psych drugs I've been on. And they've played huge, wreaking havoc, exactly. It takes 30 days to get on them, 30 days to get off, 30 days to show a result, and I hate them all.
And those are the things that we also very definitely need to look at.
Right.
We need to send you through we have about 13 different specialists.
Awesome.
These things need to happen for you because of the depression and the drug history and all of the things that you have had to contend with. And that can be an emotionally chaotic situation that to take Kyle and drop him in the middle of is terribly unfair to him.
No, I'm on board with that.
Shall we talk with Kyle?
Yes.
And his counselor? Let's bring them back. Yeah.
You know, I've had my troubles and stuff, but I've come a long way from when I first started.
What about the friends and people that you were hanging out with before you went. I mean, if you go back into an environment where they're still on this self-destructive pattern where they're circling the drain, getting ready to be sucked down, if you go right back into that environment, what happens to you?
We now return to Can This Family Be Saved? An intervention.
Appreciate your being here today. I've been talking with Kelly and Tony a bit. We'd kind of like you to give us a bit of an update, just generally where things are with Kyle and what you guys see as the next steps for Kyle.
I see Kyle stepping up, taking on some responsibility in the house, showing a more positive attitude. Kyle was tough. I mean, he was tough. And man, you remember the first assignment you had?
Oh, yeah.
But he was tough. And man, he would throw a fit. And, you know, and it took me a while because I'm pretty confrontational. And it really took us a lot because even though we're different, we're a lot alike. Now, what I'm getting to is I had to learn Kyle. More than a lot of other people. So, and what Kyle needs is time.
What do you see as the best course of action over, say, the next 30, 60, 90 days for Kyle?
In a perfect world, I would love to see Kyle go home. In a perfect world. I think that that's something that Kyle deserves, but everything has to be in place. It's not just about Kyle, it's also about, you know, Kelly and Tony. Is everyone going to participate in Kyle's treatment? Because it's not just Kyle. You know, it is a family illness, and, you know, it's going to be tough enough on Kyle being an adolescent and transitioning back into society. That's enough pressure, in my opinion.
Kyle, what do you think?
I think, you know, I've had my troubles and stuff, but I've come a long way from when I first started. I believe 90 meetings in 90 days is appropriate, and I need to do that and set that habit of going to AA meetings and doing the right thing, and then I can continue to make progress.
What about the friends and people that you were hanging out with before you went? I mean, you are managing an addiction, that the environment is a critical element of that. And if you go back into an environment where the people that you were using with before, the people that you were on this self-destructive course with that have not had the wonderful resource of Hazel Street that you have had, that are just right where they were when you left. They're still wanting to get high, they're still stealing to get drugs, they're still lying to their parents, cutting school, not going to school. They're still on this self-destructive pattern where they're circling the drain, getting ready to be sucked down. If you go right back into that environment, what happens to you?
It's probably a bad environment to be in, and you know, I can't really help others. I could just do the right thing and hope they see me doing the right thing, and maybe they'll be like, huh, he's having a good life now. He's doing the right things. I want to be like him, so I can only lead by example. As long as I'm doing what I need to do, then I don't have to focus on anybody else.
I know that you have every intention of the world of going to meetings, getting a sponsor, getting involved in activity, and doing all those things that you want to do, right? However, what's going to happen when it gets difficult? That's when life slaps you, because no one else cares. And believe it or not, your friends don't care. They say they do, but they don't, because in the end, it will be you by yourself. What's going to happen then?
Well, there's another chapter to this. Would you characterize yourself as highly manipulative with your mother?
Yes.
You lie to her, you prey upon her emotions, you manipulate her as much as you can, and then when she stiffens, you just rebel and tell her to drop dead, go do what you want to do, right?
Right.
So that's your relationship pattern. How is that going to work?
You know, since been in treatment, we've worked on a lot of things. We had family day. We said some things. I got out some resentments. You know, I got to work my best and do what I can, and I have to listen to her. And, you know, I can't argue with her, and I can't be so manipulative.
Do you respect her?
I do.
You respect her authority as a parent?
Mm-hmm.
I say, do you respect your mother? You have been disrespectful with her.
Mm-hmm.
You have not respected her authority. She tells you something, you go do what you want to do. She gives you a punishment, you blow it off. You know she's not going to stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have not had a relationship of respect. And you've had, what, 2 family days?
One.
Oh,
no, 2 family days.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you can fix this in 2 days, I'm out of business.
We now return to Can This Family Be Saved? An intervention.
What realistically can we do to maximize the chance for this young man to come home to a peaceful house that has some boundaries, rules, guidelines, expectations, accountabilities? To me, we're not there yet. And I don't think he's there yet. I think he's making great progress. I don't think this family unit is ready for him to be reinserted. I don't think he's ready to reinsert, but I think we're moving fast in that direction. Everybody's got to have their situation worked out. And I think some things need to happen on the home front, or when he gets out and you're right, that's when it gets tough. You got to have a soft place to fall. And if that soft place to fall is chaotic, if that soft place to fall is inconsistent, if that soft place to fall is pathological, if it's toxic, then you're sabotaging all of the work that's been done. Let me tell you something that Kyle said when we were talking with him, to just kind of get some of his thoughts.
Are those all Kyle's thoughts?
Pardon me?
Are those all Kyle's thoughts?
He has a lot of thoughts.
Oh my goodness.
Here's here's one of the things he said. He wants a working family where everyone communicates and there's peace rather than constant conflict. He says he also wants a more controlled relationship with his mom where they're not quite so close.
Who's there?
They are not quite so close. What's that mean to you? What do you mean by that?
By the peace in the house, I want to be, you know, a positive environment, not one where we're all grumpy, not one where we're all not communicating well, where we turn each other down and we just like ignore each other, or we put each other off and we let each other down. I want to be, you know, more working together.
What do you want in your relationship with Tony?
I see Tony as a father figure, and I want a stepdad. And I think that we can do that, and I think it can work great because we've done it before, and we've done plenty of things together that have been fun. You know, without drugs, it'll probably be a lot funner because I was just so bored. But, you know, if I put my thoughts to it and I don't think about drugs, you know, and I have that clear mind now, I can have family fun with my stepdad, and I can have fun with my mom. And we can do all these fun things with my brother and everything.
What do you want in your relationship with your mother? You say not quite so close.
Well, before we were like best friends, and I've heard from my counselor it's not so good to be like best friends. It's good to have a mother figure and a son. So it's good to have an authority figure mother. And so I want her to be able to control me and not, you know, be a friend.
What do you want to see happen here, Tony?
I'm actually very, very impressed with Kyle's, because what he wants, I think, is what we all want. He's done his part, as I said earlier. He's been phenomenal. I think he's done exactly what he needed to do at Hazel Street, as hard as it was. But we need to do something for him in return. And we have got to fix the relationship so that when he does come home, and when he is home, that we can nurture that and go forward. It's very hard to sustain any kind of consistency. I'm not saying it's all Kelly, it's me too. The relationship that I had with Kyle, you know, needs improvement. And I need to make a commitment, which I'm doing,
to be a better person, to be more supportive in the things, and to take more interest in what interests him versus just me. I understand that I've got a lot of work to do, but I mean, I'm extremely impressed with the growth that he's had at Hazel Street.
You get that you can have a big influence here, and in fact, but for you, we wouldn't be here at all. So, I mean, you've started something here already, but you've got to finish it.
Yes.
We now return to Can This Family Be Saved? An intervention.
We've got some things to do on this end. Do you agree with that?
Of course. What do you have in mind?
Well, I think, first off, I would love to fly you into Dallas and have you spend some time at the P&P Center there and work you up top, side, and bottom, find out everything that's going on.
You got, for example, you got pot in your system. It's going to be there for a while. You got other kind of drugs in your system. Our assessment will not work as long as you have that kind of toxic. What I would recommend is that you maybe go to La Hacienda for a couple of weeks or whatever it takes and get all that system out.
So you think she needs some detox?
I want to get you off as many meds as I can.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that we are suspect that there's some polypharmacy going on here. Too many people have prescribed too many things without consideration for everything you're taking and what's going on with you biochemically.
But this is supposed to be about Kyle, and
well, but part of Kyle is getting
me.
you in the best
Right.
place you can be to take that parental role. And what you're saying is that you think she needs an intense medical supervision to evaluate what she needs, what she doesn't, detox it properly, and the best way to do that is to put you in a medically supervised facility to do it for a couple of weeks, very likely.
We want to get on to it. We want to make some real changes, and then move ahead.
But the fastest way to get that done is for her to go into the medically supervised program,
Right.
create that. That's going to bring Kyle home faster than if we do this,
Right.
this kind of in a piecemeal fashion. And it's totally up to you. We're just saying we'll make that available to you if you want to do it. I think it makes sense. You think it makes sense. I think you think it makes sense as well based on what she's been
what are we
taking.
going to do with Kyle?
I think he's going to remain at Hazel Street.
The only thing that upsets me is that I have to stay at Hazel Street longer. Because I've been there like 135 days, and the recommended stay is 90.
I'm with you. I agree. We need to get you out of there, get you home as soon as we can. You want to go home today?
Somewhat. But I really do.
I think all of this is a negotiation, but I'm telling you, I am not in support in any way of sending this young man home to a toxic environment. Remember, we talk till the cows come home. I am not going to vote for that. And it's up to y'all. I mean, I don't make these decisions, but I'm telling you, he has worked too hard and come too far to throw him into the deep end of choppy water. And I think you do need to be evaluated. You need an updated evaluation for ADD, ADHD. It's up to you whether y'all want to do it or not. And all, but I think it's painless, it's quick, and it gives us a wealth of information to help you. I think you'd enjoy it, actually. I think you'd learn some things about yourself that technology's advanced that you didn't know before, that you'd know now. I think it's cool. But I don't make these decisions. All I can do is recommend. Tony?
We owe it to Kyle to get him home as fast as we can. We need time, Kyle, to get ready for that. We haven't done what we need to do. You've done your part. And all I'm asking for is have a little patience. And I promise you we'll get there, and we'll get there quickly. But when you come home, we want it to be right for you. And we really need to do some work. And your mom and I mean, but if we set that as a goal, you know, another week or a week and a half or 2 weeks or whatever that number is, it's going to be very, very quick. And I understand that it's hard for you and it's tough for your mom, but I promise you that's the commitment we're making to you. We'll get it right. But I think for you to come home now is until we get our stuff together, I think it's dangerous. I really do. And I don't want to upset the work you've done.
Smile, Kyle. We're right there.
Oh, I know.
I think you're a lot closer to having exactly what you want than you think you are. I think we're going to turn this pretty quick and get you home.
Drugs are always going to be around, and you know, you just got to control yourself. A lot of the times I was bored, that's when I started using drugs or drinking or smoking or anything like that, just to have more fun.
Let's just hope that we've improved, that the family structure's improved to give them a chance to move forward, to help them stay sober and make the right decisions.
I went to Hazel Street Recovery Center because I was doing bad things. Grades were bad. I couldn't control my life. I couldn't get it in order, and everything was going downhill. My parents, they knew what to do, and they cared enough for me to send me there. And it's really like turned my life around because now I know the tools and I know what to do to stay sober.
I really believe that the people at Hazel Street have done a phenomenal job. I was blown away by his improvement and his attitude.
Now I'm positive and I'm looking forward to the future. Drugs are always going to be around, and you know, you just got to control yourself. I try to make a plan to do a lot of things during the day so I don't get bored. Because a lot of the times I was bored, that's when I started using drugs or drinking or smoking or anything like that, just to have more fun. I'm planning out my time and spending it wisely.
And let's just hope that we've improved, that the family structure's improved to give them a chance to move forward, to help them stay sober and make the right decisions.
I have spoken to some friends, and a lot of them want to see me, but you know, I can't go see them yet. I gotta let them know what's going on in my life. I want to live clean and sober, and I want to do the right thing. So I can't do what they're gonna do, you know, and I can't control them. I can only set an example for myself and for them. If they want to like know what I'm doing, maybe some might want to follow me in my footsteps. Hopefully everything turns out good.
Bounce, bounce, all the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house, turn the party out. Bounce, 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 all the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house, turn the party out.
You warned me 1,000 times, memories can kill ya, but I didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last time. I've always been naive, call it.
Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Every day and night, that's right. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it.